You know, give them a little update on the fuel pump. Now, they helped me out to get the right fuel pump and things like that, but some things I ran into later on. The fuel filters that come with the pump, I've noticed it never, like when the filters were brand new, it would stay up around 50 psi running in straight oil, you know, which is supposed to be a little bit higher, you know, for the spring bypass, but either way. But after like a couple, like two road trips and stuff and a few other things, I've noticed this, like the fuel filters seem to clog up kind of fast. And then basically it put a little bit too much of a load and slowly like melted the fuse, you know, and caused it to go bad. But I think I figured out why. It's nothing to do with the engine. I found out like when the fuel filter got completely clogged up, the fuel pressure dropped to like 10 psi. And that's when this pretty much went completely bad. So something was causing restriction on the fuel pump. And it, like, even with the, like, a little bit thinned out with gasoline, it was still doing it. So after going through a few of these fuses, I found out something when I changed the fuel filters to bigger ones. So basically, with the bigger fuel filters, it allows the fuel, the oil, the waste oil, to go through the filters without any restriction on the electric motor of the pump and melting fuses. So I went from running with a brand new set of filters around like I would say like 50 psi with brand new filters, and they go down to like 20 psi after only 1,000 miles. With the bigger filters, I'm staying up around the 55, you know, psi fuel pressure like it's supposed to. Also, I was having a problem with burnout competitions. Under full throttle, it was starving for fuel. It went from like running down the road or an idle's like 45, 50 psi, and as soon as you floor it, the pressure would drop right away. So I put the bigger fuel filters on it, and that solved all the issues. So I was just doing this video to kind of tell them what I figured out by trial and error with their fuel system. So there's nothing wrong with the fuel pump. Like, I have no problem with the way they designed it. Basically, it was just the fuel pump was struggling trying to pump that thick waste oil through a very small fuel filter media. That was the problem. So once I got these bigger fuel filters, that solved my issue with that. Also has a little water drain, and like I like that because I could drain any water or sludge that's in this filter. So this is like a 30 micron filter, and then this is a 2 micron filter, but because it's larger, it has plenty of surface on the media for the oil to flow through without restricting it. So and then I noticed, like, even with the colder temperatures like it is today, it's with the bigger filters, I've not had any issues. So it's just something that I wanted to point out for them for later. So like diesel fuel, I know they have electric heaters and things like that, but if people are running into these issues, just get a bigger fuel filter and that'll solve a lot. And in case you're wondering, this is a 25 amp fuse. I know it's like double what's supposed to be in there, but you know, I just want to let you guys know, like, it was slowly melting these things, you know, not enough for them to pop, but it was melting them until they come apart on the inside. I still gotta get a set of electric fuel heaters from you guys, you know, which I'll do later. Get this more set up for winter time later on. I also want to get a set of decals to put on the side with the other, like, basically sponsors I have. But yeah, I got some big plans in the future for Sneaky Pete over the winter. I'm going to pull the motor trans out, upgrade to a 48 RH or RE, you know, the two-wheel drive, manual valve body, compound turbos, and quite a few things, you know. Sneaky Pete will definitely be pushing over 1,000 horsepower pretty soon.